Thank you for inviting me over here. And thank you for the energy, which I can feel it all. Thank you once again. Before I start, I want to do something new. TEDx, TED Talks, generally it begins with a big idea. But this TED Talk, I want to begin with you. You people must have got a card. Can you please hold it in your hand? I just want you to hold this card. Don't flip, don't read. Just stay with this card. What is that one uncomfortable memory that you would like to transform, alchemize into strength today? Do not answer it now. Just let the thought ponder over. Let the question, let the quest linger on. I must have been around 10. Life was very simple. School at 8, homework by 5, and playtime till the street lights came on. In that simplest of the world, and in the simplicity, there was someone very special who held our little world together. That was my Kiran Didi. She made the crispiest paratha. Still I can smell, still I can feel that taste of it. She still stays with me. But one day, one morning, she didn't turn home. Then another day, then 1 week. And I used to look for her, but she was not there. And I heard my parents talking that Kiran had lost her baby in her 4th month of pregnancy because of her medical condition. Few weeks later, she decided that she need to go back to her village. As a child, I could not contemplate the same then. But back in today, as our adulthood, her story, my Kiran Didi, she's everywhere along with me. Some childhood memories, they just refuse to fade. They just sit quietly with you. They walk around with you. They are just with you always. For me, that special memory comes into 2 simple words: Kiran Didi. She scolded me like a guardian. She fed me like a mother. She protected me like a hero. But she carried a grief all alone. And silently, she was suffering with it. As an adult, when I finally understood what she was going through, something shifted inside me. This woman who cared for us, nobody was there to take care of her at that time. That image stayed with me. Her thoughts stayed with me. And believe you me, it has walked with me into my adulthood. And eventually, it shaped the questions I began asking about the world. She became the quietest reason into my work life, into my life. Back in today, years later, while I was sitting in a room with underprivileged women, talking to them and trying to understand these women, those who don't have the knowledge about the basic healthcare facility, the basic financial stability, the basic education. I'm just sitting with those women, and somewhere Kiran Didi always reconnected with me. I would like all the children and all the dignitaries over here to take a look at the reality of the women's health. 57% of reproductive age in India are anemic. India recorded an estimated of 1.56 million new cancer cases in 2024. Infant mortality rate in India is 25 deaths per 1,000 live births. Menstruation related school absentees remains significant. The sources you can check. This became my definition of alchemy. The slow, deliberate, turning helplessness into awareness, awarenessness into action. The childhood moment did not remain a memory, it became a direction. Awareness becomes action. Destiny led me into fashion after completing my master's from NIFT. And slow and steadily, I started working with the artisans. Early days of Bangalore were full of creativity and excitement. And I worked along with the artisans right from Kashmir, Banaras, Chanderi to down south. Weavers, dyers, embroiders, tailors, finishers, they all were my everyday co-workers, whose hands embroidered carried the generational stories, but something felt incomplete. Slow fashion preached sustainability, patience, yet many women artisans lacked basic healthcare, body awareness, financial stability, and education. I asked myself how a craft can be sustainable if the craft person is not. How can we restore our heritage if the hands, those who are creating, if we are not helping them? In those moments, the memory of Kiran Didi always reconnected with me. In 2018, we initiated Sangani Saheli, the born of Sangani Saheli Foundation. Sangani Saheli was formed with the uncomfortable question I carried since childhood. We started with a small group, the first health checkup camps, the first formation of self-help groups, the first small menstrual hygiene awareness circles, friends donating pads, we going door to door for the distribution, we talking to the underprivileged ladies, we talking to the college girls, we talking to the teachers, faculties, and women in and around. Those early conversations lit the foundation of movement. Then came in 2019, COVID. The world slowed down, but suffering did not. I hope we remember this picture. I can still picture migrant workers walking home with their entire lives in one bag, full of fear, hunger, exhaustion in every step. It was just not the hunger, it was the desperation where the life is going to be. Women lost access to their basic facilities, be it providing of the sanitary pads through school or the bus transportation or day-to-day living. Shops were shut. We continued awareness drives. We continued distributing sanitary pads. Sangani Saheli, as a team, we were there all over, right from bus stand to railway station, working along with the administration. Through Feed My India, we did Feed My Noida chapter, where we served 58 lakh meals to the needy one in those 2 months of time. Menstrual care, the silent casualty of every crisis, was something we refused to let disappear. 2018 was a very significant career and a milestone. 2018, the year was very significant. We started with a project of a restoration of Kishori Raman Balika Inter College. The school was led its foundation back then in 1906. I'm talking before First World War. 1906, we are completing 119 years this year. Back then, when the girls' education was not being talked about, this was one of the school in India, in country, in Uttar Pradesh. They were teaching girls then. Over the years, after 100 years, the building, you can see how the condition was. Then the restoration of the work started. And this school was again finally being rebuilt up. For upcoming 100 years, the building is again being restored. In this school, 3,750 girls, they are getting their education. This is the new building, the new room, how the building has come up and how the classes are being conducted. While I was doing this project, parallelly 2018, the school is going on. 2019, the COVID has hit. Sangani Saheli is in the infant age. Menstrual awareness drives are going on. And along with it, the school, this has played a very vital role in my life to shape up the journey. It again reminded me, because I could see the brightness in the eyes of girls that they wanted to study. But again, back in my subconscious, the question came, had it been Kiran Didi, if she would have got the education, her life would have been the same. We built the classroom, the structure, the spaces they deserved. Today, nearly 3,750 girls walk into the safe space, fully restored rooms every single day. Sangani Saheli grew into one of India's largest menstrual hygiene initiatives. Numbers are on the screen. 1,000 health plus hygiene campaigns personally conducted, 670 awareness of the drives across 17 states, 2 million of sanitary pads were being distributed, 120 formation of SHGs, which is self-help group across the India, hundreds of schools which has been reached so far, more than numbers. These are the voices, these are the stories, those who are in and around you. The ladies, those who work in your house. The ladies who cook in your house, the ladies who is ironing your clothes. Have you ever checked on their sanitation? Have we ever checked on their children's education? Have you ever sat with them and to talk to them what is their financial stability? I realized that social work can change communities, but policy making is a major, vital role which is going to help to implement in the further future. I grew up hearing my father say that the service is powerful, but policy shapes the future and the governance. Back in 2018, I stepped into politics. Women's issues must be primary in health, craft, opportunity, leaders, and safety. She has walked with me through every awareness session, through every conversation. I can feel her all around. I often think if she had known just a little more, if someone had explained things, her story would have been different. That unanswered question, that unanswered quest turned into alchemy of my life. Your absence has definitely changed my way of thinking, my action into my words, words into action, and my thought process as well. Your struggle became my purpose. Everything I built today is tribute to you. I hope she can hear me sometime, which those days we were not having any connectivity through phone or today's era. I don't know where is she, but this tribute is to my Kiran Didi. Now, students, I just want you to take a pause, to think over, and the card which you have in hand, I would like you to pen it down. What is your thought for alchemy? How do you see your life? I would like to read. I'm sure that you people must be having a lot of thoughts in your life, lot of experiences of your life which you are seeing on everyday basis, but I want you to write it down so that an ordinary person like me, coming from a B tier city, with a less of the exposure, who can stand over here on TED Talk and speak to you, I'm sure that alchemy you can also find for yourself. Your thoughts will become your action, your thoughts will become your words. And I'm sure you, the brightest of the students over here and the dignitaries, you may continue with your life. You may have such values to yourself to carry it forward. Thank you so much.